So NBA YoungBoy dropped his first project of the year in 2023. Is starting off with, I would say, a banger of an album. NBA YoungBoy's new album, I Rest My Case, just came out today, and I gotta say, this caught me by surprise. So when I first heard that this album was releasing on the first week of of the new year, I was like, another YoungBoy album. I'm not really looking forward to it, because he dropped like 6 last year or 5 or something like that, something crazy like that. So I was like, okay, it's NBA YoungBoy. I'll give it a listen. I'm definitely not gonna make a whole video on it, and I'm definitely not gonna, probably never gonna go back to it in my honest opinion. But after listening to the album, man, it was surprising. It had some songs on there that reminded me of I guess you could say it's almost like a rage beat almost. I don't really know how to explain it. It was like a Cardi, Rage, NBA YoungBoy type of at least for the first I want to say 7 songs. The first 7 songs caught me by surprise and got me hooked into the album immediately, which I think he did that on purpose, which is very smart play by him. I think it's a decent album. I'm not gonna lie. Black, that song is fire. Black, that song is fire, man. I want a whole nother band. I want a 100 round game. That's fire. That is fire, dude. That is fire. Red was pretty good as well. To be honest, I listened to it and I didn't really skip a song on here. The only song that I might have skipped were the skits, but even then, the album isn't bad, man. I really enjoyed myself listening to this album. It didn't feel like a normal YoungBoy album, and I was glad and impressed by that. Because to be honest, I was a bit disappointed that nothing was coming out this week, and I was more like, I guess I gotta wait another week. Just to get some type of album. Because when I heard that nothing else was really coming out, I was like, it's okay, right? I mean, it is what it is. But man, I'm gonna be honest, right? I think every song on here was the perfect amount of length. I don't think there was a song. Okay, there was one song on here, 2 songs on here that was over 3 minutes. But to be honest, the album didn't feel long at all. I know it says the runtime of 40 minutes. It didn't feel like that at all, I gotta say. I feel like I breezed through this album, and it was a really, really fun time listening to it. I'm excited to see if he puts out more stuff like this, or if he just keeps on changing it up. But it was an interesting album, man. I recommend that you guys go check it out. This definitely isn't a typical YoungBoy album, I would say. At least for the first maybe 8 songs, maybe. After that, maybe it gets into your more... Actually, maybe the first 10 songs are more different than his normal stuff. And then the last 10 are more like him, more like what he usually puts out. But I was fairly surprised, man. I'm really rocking with this album. I think it's... I think it's low-key kind of fire. I feel like people are not gonna like this though. I feel like people are not gonna like this at all. Some of the other releases that we had this week were Drake and what was his name? Popcaan. Man, I enjoyed that, right? Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the Drake and Popcaan one. Just a little bit long for me, to be honest. I really enjoyed Drake's part though. Even Popcaan did his thing, but to me, I'm definitely not gonna listen to it again. It was a cool one-time listen. Nothing crazy on it, and nothing really to go back to, in my opinion. I wonder if we're gonna get that type of album from Drake now that he just released a song like that. So maybe this year we might get a reggaeton Afro type beat album from Drake. Maybe, I don't even know, because at this point I don't even know what we could expect. It's definitely not bad, man. I want to hear other people's opinions. I really do, because I think the YoungBoy album was really, really good. So I only listened to 2 singles this week, or today, and that was the Popcaan and Drake one, the reggae one, and this Way Back track with Skrillex, Pink, Pantheress, and Trippie Redd. Now I gotta say, I was fairly impressed by this. Trippie Redd does most of the vocals on this track, and I think they're really, really solid. So she did a song with Lil Uzi Vert, if I'm not mistaken, that I actually really enjoyed. What was it called? Baby Cakes or something like that? That really surprised me. And then when I heard that she was doing a song with Trippie Redd, I was like, okay. And then Skrillex, I was more like, is it gonna be electronic? Was it gonna be? It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I think it's better than the Drake and Popcaan one. Just a little bit though, not by much. And I think that I would probably listen to this more than I would the Drake one. I think the Drake one is cool. Again, like I said, I don't think it's crazy. But this one's cool. It's only a 2-minute song, so it's not that long. And it gets you it doesn't get you pumped, but it's a nice mellow track, I would say. It definitely has an upbeat type of tempo to it, but I wouldn't say anything crazy about it. But I'm loving this album though. I'm loving it, man. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. And also, I want to give you guys a little bit of an insight of what I'm working on next. I am currently going through discographies, right? I am going to go through discographies. Obviously, we went through Juice's discography about, I want to say 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago now. Yeah, it was about 2 months ago I ranked every song of his, and then about a month ago I ranked every album of his. Now, I'm not going to say I'm going to do every single song to every single artist, because some of these artists have way too many albums and way too many songs. So it would literally take me a month to probably even get through everything. If you guys have any recommendations on any artist, down in the comments below. I know people recommended X, some people recommended Rod Wave, and I believe another one people recommended was YoungBoy, and I want to say Future was one of them. But to be honest, what I'm gonna start doing, because to me, music is just a mood, and I think I gotta be put in the mood and the mindset to go really into that artist's like discography. Now I figure I start in the New York area, because you know your boy's from New York originally. And I was thinking, I was looking up, I was like, who are the best, New York rappers? 50 Cent. Ooh, not a bad one. He has not a bad discography. And then I came across Biggie, and I was like, you could do Biggie. Biggie's Biggie, obviously, you know. Then you got, obviously, Jay-Z, and I was like, Jay-Z, man, he's got so much, man, how am I going to do that? And I figured, obviously, him being from New York, and him having such a great discography, and him releasing an album last year, I figured I'd do it because he's still somewhat relevant to the rap scene. I figured I'd go with the boy Nas, man. I feel like it's going to be a fun time going through all of his discography. I'm definitely not going to rank every single song of it. I'm just going to do the albums, like I said. Too many songs for me to go through here, and way too many songs for me to go through. He has how many albums, I want to say? He has, 20 albums? At least on Apple Music he has 20. He could have more, possibly mixtapes, EPs, and stuff like that, because I haven't even done a full deep dive into his whole discography yet, so that'll be something cool to look at. But I'll talk about that more in the Nas discography rating video that'll be coming out in the future eventually. But yeah, man, again, let me know what you guys' thoughts on the NBA YoungBoy album was. Me personally, I think it's fire. I'm rocking with it a lot. And yeah, next is Nas, so be on the lookout for that video, man. It's gonna be cool. Alright, peace.